The movie adaptation of perhaps the world's most popular game is gaining a new cast member, and Mickey Mouse is getting gory. The MCU and DCU aren't enough for you? No worries, here comes the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, while Marvel is losing another actor. Learn about this and much more in this week's KinoCheck News. Scary and beautiful news. H.P. Lovecraft's short story, The Call of Cthulhu, is considered one of the most influential and best known of all time. Now it seems that a suitable director for the project has finally been found in James Wan. Published in 1928, the classic The Call of Cthulhu revolves around Francis Thurston, who comes across mysterious sculptures and documents in the estate of his deceased uncle that tell of deaths, blood rituals, and other atrocities. Gradually, he becomes involved in a cult that wants to bring a cosmic monster called Cthulhu to life. Although the story has enjoyed great popularity over the decades, only a 45-minute silent film made in 2005 has been released to date. However, this is now set to change. Wan is regarded as a master of his craft and has breathed new life into the horror genre with movies such as Insidious and The Conjuring. We can therefore assume that the adaptation will be just as eerie and visually stunning as the original. Casting news for the Minecraft movie. Jack Black joins the adaptation of the popular video game and, according to the initial rumors, will play the role of Steve. The movie adaptation of the million-selling game Minecraft is set to be one of the major highlights of the next few years, and will have players of all ages eagerly looking forward to it. Warner Brothers announced a Minecraft movie back in 2014. However, numerous postponements and recastings behind the scenes prevented the project from going ahead. In the meantime, though, the movie is regaining momentum and has already managed to secure a celebrity name in the form of Aquaman star Jason Momoa. Not too much information is known about the plot yet, but according to some leaks, it will be about the journey of a girl who travels to the world of blocks with a group of adventurers to save it from the Ender Dragon. As Deadline has now announced, Jack Black will also be appearing in the movie alongside Momoa. According to initial rumors, he could possibly be playing the role of Steve. Although fake news about Pedro Pascal being cast as Steve kept doing the rounds in recent months, this time everything seems to be set in stone, as Black has already confirmed his involvement via Instagram. Considered a passionate gamer himself, Jack Black will appear in a number of future adaptations. In addition to the Minecraft movie, these include the second part of the Super Mario Bros. Movie and Eli Roth's Borderlands movie adaptation, in which Black will voice the iconic robot Claptrap. Distributor Warner Bros. Plans to release the Minecraft movie in theaters on April 4th, 2025. Let's hope that everything continues to run smoothly until then. Should you want more information about the movie, feel free to check out our movie preview. Are we witnessing the dawn of a Nintendo Cinematic Universe? At least if Illumination has its way, which, according to initial reports, is planning a cinematic universe together with Nintendo that will include a Super Smash Bros. Movie and several spin-offs. It's hard to imagine the current movie industry without cinematic universes, whether it's the MCU, the DCU, or the Monsterverse around Godzilla and Kong. Thanks to the success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which grossed over $1.36 billion worldwide, the animation studio Illumination now also seems to have taken a fancy to it. According to Hollywood insider Daniel RPK, the studio has submitted a pitch to Nintendo describing the creation of a shared cinematic universe. Based on initial information, this will include a number of spin-offs and an epic Super Smash Bros. Movie. In Super Smash Bros., which first came out in 1999 as a game for the Nintendo 64, you can compete against Nintendo's most popular characters. These include Super Mario, Mega Man, Pikachu, and Samus Aran from Metroid, for example. Marvel's Avengers, which brought together existing superheroes from the MCU, is to be used as a model. The planned spin-offs could explore which characters have the most potential for a movie of this kind. Jeff Fowler, meanwhile, could possibly be considered for directing. After all, Fowler has repeatedly expressed an interest in producing Super Smash Bros. And brings with his Sonic movie adaptations the needed experience to the table. Nevertheless, this initial information should be taken with a grain of salt, as there is still no official confirmation from Nintendo nor Illumination. Until then, we can look forward to the recently announced Zelda live-action movie and the not yet officially announced sequel, Super Mario Bros. 2. Amazon has apparently leaked the release date for the 4th season of The Boys. Until now, information regarding a release was rather limited, but the leak has now revealed a very specific date, June 13th, 2024. The date has been circulating on Reddit and other platforms. If this information proves to be true, The Boys could resume 2 years after the last season. However, it's not completely out of the question that June 13th is just a temporary placeholder. Amazon may of course react to the leak and postpone the series to a different date. Based on initial information, the 4th season will be set after the events of the final episode of the spin-off series Gen V, which was released last year. The events from the spin-off will also play a role in the story of the main series. However, the creator stated that it is not essential to have seen Gen V in order to continue enjoying The Boys. News from Harley and Arthur. Director Todd Phillips published 2 new stills from the eagerly awaited sequel on his Instagram channel. In one image, we see Arthur imprisoned in Arkham Asylum, indicated by the hatch on his cell door. In the second image, he appears to be outside the prison. At his side is Dr. Harleen Quinzel, alias Harley Quinn, played by Lady Gaga. Her look reveals that she finds the Joker visibly fascinating. In terms of content, Joker Folie Deux is set to continue the story of the first part. Arthur will receive support from Harley Quinn after he ends up in a psychiatric ward. Presumably, as in the comics, she will initially work as a psychiatrist and later fall in love with her patient Arthur and become infected by his madness. The movie has been conceived as a musical and is therefore likely to differ significantly from the style of its predecessor. Until the planned cinema release, those responsible still have a little time left to put the finishing touches to the film. Joker 2 Folie Deux, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, is slated for release in theaters on October 4th, 2024. Sheer horror. 96 years after the release of the Disney classic Steamboat Willie, the very first version of Mickey Mouse is now a public domain. The result? 2 new horror movies are to be made starring the icon. We were already introduced to a bloody version of a cuddly bear and his friends last year with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Although the low-budget film fell short of expectations in most respects, a number of horror producers seem to have taken a liking to the idea of taking on formerly innocent Disney characters. Now, the first ever version of Mickey Mouse, who made his debut in the short film Steamboat Willie, released in 1928, is also being targeted. Stephen Lamort, who has already directed a parody of The Grinch called The Mean One, will be responsible for an as-yet untitled movie adaptation. In an interview with Variety, Lamort outed himself as a big fan and disclosed his plans for the character, saying that Steamboat Willie has brought joy to generations, but beneath that cheerful exterior lies a potential for pure, unhinged terror. Besides the movie with Lamort, another version entitled Mickey's Mousetrap is to be released in March, with a trailer that has been released just in time for the new year. Disney, however, does not seem at all satisfied with these recent events and has announced it will continue protecting the rights to the modern versions of its characters. This is somewhat understandable, as planned movie adaptations such as Bambi the Reckoning, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare, and the sequel Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2, which is scheduled for release on February 14th, are likely to be anything but family-friendly. The new year is off to another bad start for Marvel. It has now been announced that The Walking Dead star Steven Yeun is leaving the production of Thunderbolts. The movie, directed by Jake Schreier, already had to deal with some difficulties last year. Due to the former writers and actor strike, there were several delays. The movie was originally due to be released in theaters this winter. Now it is set to premiere July 25, 2025. However, things are not particularly well apart from that either, as The Hollywood Reporter announced that The Walking Dead star Steven Yeun is quitting the production of the action-packed movie. The actor explained that the reason for this was scheduling conflicts with other productions. Yeun was actually supposed to take on the role of Robert Reynolds, aka Sentry, who received his superhuman abilities through a super soldier serum. He is considered one of the most profound characters in the entire Marvel Universe, and has already taken on characters such as the Hulk, Carnage, and Thor. In an interview with Variety, Yeun lamented his departure from the project. At the same time, he emphasized that he had always wanted to make a Marvel film. Of course, this could mean that we might get to see him in another MCU project after all. It remains to be seen whether the role of Sentry will be played by another actor or if it will be dropped from Thunderbolts altogether. We'll probably only get a final answer to this question once the movie is released in theaters. Were these still not enough movie updates for you? Well then, we have 2 exciting videos to share with you on our channel. One is a series preview of the upcoming House of the Dragon Season 2, and the other is the previously mentioned movie preview of Minecraft. We think you might really enjoy these videos. Also, how many more cinematic universes do you think we'll get? Let us know your opinion in the comments, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.